What up, dog? What up, dog? What's good? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling, man? Hmm. Mm-mm. I want to talk about something. I'm always ready to talk about something. I want to talk about a fatherless child. Huh? A fatherless child. And why having a father is important in so many ways. I was a fatherless child. I grew up without a father. At the time of me being a child and being a teenager, it didn't really affect me. Yeah, I had my times and moments where, you know, I had a thought. It was times while I was in high school, I played sports. You know, I had my peers and friends, and I used to watch how they had support, a strong support system. My homeboy, every football game, every basketball game, he had his father right there, supporting him in every way. Times we went to his house, his dad was always being a father, giving him that extra push. Not only just talking about sports, it's just all around being there in his life. While I'm watching that, I had my thoughts of, at that time, it didn't too much bother me because my homeboy and my friend's uh, father, he was like a father figure to me, where he kind of like filled that void in a lot of ways. But as you get older, you start to go through life, and you start to see like different characteristics and your identity, and you start to ask yourself why this and why that, and that thought come to your mind of, I damn, what would life be like if my father was right there on my side, or when I needed someone to talk to, dealing with relationships and situations, and just getting out of certain circumstance, getting out of certain events that was, I felt like, was pushing me down, pushing me back. You got a strong father figure. He can kind of talk you and lift you up and push you to do greater things. He's your extra push, your motivations. And, if sometimes I sit and I ask myself the what ifs, and that shit can hurt you in a lot of ways, because a child with a father and a mother present, he don't have to too much grow up with the what is. All he can do is learn, and understand. You feel me? You don't have to go through life wondering if, damn, did my dad care about me? Did my dad love me? Or was it my dad's fault, or was it my mom's fault? And when you have those type of thoughts, it can kind of start a anger or a fire inside of you, that the only way you can get that fire out is to have some type of spirit of God or counseling, and someone on your side that can kind of understand and kind of push that fire down and kind of put it out. But you go through life with those voids, and I was watching Kirk Franklin. I was watching this show. It was Dens of Kings, and this man, I idolize someone like Kirk Franklin. I idolize who he is as a man. I like his personality and everything about him, man. I think he's a good brother. It's sad that he had to get a lot of judgment and treatment by his own peers. People saying he should do this, he should stop doing this, instead of him just being him and just living life. That's Kirk Franklin, just continue to live life and be you and be good. One day I wish I could meet you, man. But I was watching his show and he was talking about how his mom and his relationship wasn't on good terms, you know, and how he grew up with a stepfather, and it was times that he had that thought in his head, like, what is if his dad was there? You know, he found his dad later in life, but it hurt him. I think it hurted him more when he found out his dad was just around the corner. He had a mom that was pushing him away from his father, where he had a father that could have been there on his side, helping him out in a lot of ways, as far as like being that man he wanted to be. But because of his mom's greed and whatever relationship his mom had with his father, it affected his relationship with him and his dad, to the point where he couldn't have that relationship on account of his own mama's outlook and opinion and judgment on his dad. Not his son, but her judgment. Yes, he's a successful, I remember he said, yeah, I'm a successful individual. I got everything I need. You know, God has blessed me. But it's that void, he said. What they said, that shit hurt him. Even to this day, it affected him in a lot of ways, to the point where he got in pornography. He had situations with his wife, and they had their ups and downs and stuff. A lot of those problems he felt came because of that void of him not knowing his dad. You know, it's sad to me that, you know, it's a lot of these brothers out here that, it's all of us. A lot of us go through what we go through because our father was absent from our life. So we learn stuff like on our own. Like, nobody's teaching us, telling us what's right and what's wrong. We learning these things as we journey through life. You know, mama can only do so much. She can wash clothes, cook, and pray and wish for the stars for us. But physically, she can only do so much. You know, there's a lot of good mothers who can play both parts, who can physically be there in every way. You know, it's a lot of mamas like that, but it's rare to find good mamas like that. A lot of these mothers grow up raising these kids by themselves, and a lot of it's due to their own actions. A lot of it's due to the man's actions. But regardless of the actions, it's affecting the child. The child is growing up with a void. The child is growing up empty. The child is growing up as one of these YNs who like to carry guns, who like to rap gang, and who don't have no belief system, who feel like love is just like wind, it goes, and love ain't like a tree. It don't never plant itself and stay through every season. You know, even when the wind come, the leaves may fall, but still it's gonna come back around, because love is so strong, it's so tight, like a root, like a tree root. Man, that father figure is important, man. Having that father in a man's life and in your life is important, man, because, you know, only father I have is my God. You know, I pray to my God every day. I call him my God daddy. That's my only daddy. When I'm going through something, you know, I call my daddy. You know, I don't have the incomes, the funds to go get counseling. I wish it'd been nice if I had it, I would go get counseling. But my only counseling right now is calling my daddy. My dad, yeah, I don't have physically know my dad, but I spiritually know my daddy. And I call my dad, I need your help. I need you. I'm feeling this way. Can you show me? Can you guide me? Can you lift me? It's a lot of brothers who grew up like me, physically not having a father right there in your life, but best believe you spiritually got a daddy in your life. All you got to do is just call on your spiritual dad. Yeah, you don't see him, but he's there. He's more stronger than your dad. He's been watching over not only you, your daddy. He's been watching your granddad. He's been watching your great-great-granddad. He's been watching so much. So he know all things. So when I'm going in my situation, I'm feeling down, I just call my dad above. I ask him to fill my void and make and show me the way so my son don't have to go through that same journey in the same situation where he had voids. Of my daughter don't have to go through those same situations where they have voids. I don't want none of that to transgress. So I walk my steps, I pray every day, and I ask the Lord, whatever flaw, whatever spot I have on me, if I can't remove it, He is my strength to help me remove these spots and help remove whatever flaw I have. Whatever situation I'm going through, I ask my daddy.
Break time. Come on out for break.
I ask my daddy, can he help me remove this situation? But it's very important. It's real important for a man to be present in their child's life, and I think it's important for these women to allow that and start promoting that more. You feel me? I was listening to Master P. Master P said when I had Romeo, he was in the car sleeping with me. Before I had $1 million, Romeo was sleeping in my car, going on business ventures with me, trying to get this record deal popping. He was right there from when I was in the projects. He now look at him. It's like watching. My grandma told me one day, Rondell, I want you to watch this movie. It was A Pursuit of Happiness. It was Will Smith who had a computer. He played as a man who had and it was a true story. He played as a man who had a dream, who had a business to start this computer. He had a computer where he was trying to promote. He had invented something he was trying to promote and sell. He was going through jobs and presentations, and he was getting let down to the point where he lost his relationships. His wife gave up on him. She didn't believe in him. It left him with just him and his son. The wife even left the child with him. Take your son. I'm so upset and hate you so much that you can have your son. She ain't even want no parts of him. So he was trapped with his son and him, a father and a son. They was trapped going to homeless shelters, living together, trying to figure out life. At the same time, he working every day, providing, still living with a dream for better for him and his son. And he never gave up. Never gave up. When times was rough, he never gave up. And that open door came. And he became not only a inventor, but he became an entrepreneur, known to be in Forbes magazines as one of the richest black men. This true story. It's The Pursuit of Happiness. True story. And I feel like that movie relates to me. I have a dream. My invention is life. My invention is telling my story. My invention is telling what I see and what I know. It's planting seeds. So I can open up the eyes of those who don't see. I can open up the ears of those who don't hear. That's my gift. God gave us gifts and talents, and it's up to us to use it and not bury these talents. And you have a dream, and we all have a dream. It's just up to us to continue to look and let that dream fly and let that dream just live. Keep the dream alive. As a father with my own son, I'm keeping this dream alive for my son. I'm keeping this dream alive for my daughter. Keeping this dream alive for my brothers, for my nieces, my nephews, and those that know, and people that know me. That's why I keep the dream alive. As a man who want to be a better father, who want to break this void of being a no good. A man who wasn't present. Break this cycle. Today is the day for you, all of us. to make a difference as a man, doesn't matter if you're a black man, doesn't matter if you're a Caucasian man, doesn't matter if you're a red man, doesn't matter if you're an Indian, doesn't matter if you're Asian, doesn't matter if you're purple, doesn't matter if you're an alien, doesn't matter who you are. You still is a man, and you are who you're supposed to be, and we need to be present in our kids' life. It doesn't matter if your daddy is a one-leg man or your dad got one arm or no fingers. Doesn't matter. He's still your daddy. And your child got to love his father no matter what the flaws is. I just pray that, the Lord open the eyes and, that whoever man is going through what I'm going through, whatever man is trying to get, closer to his son, whatever man is trying to get better as a man, fulfill voids and change his way and have a better journey and have a better outlook on life and to be stronger, to have hope and have to keep his dream alive. This message for you. This message for you. This message for you, baby. For real. And y'all have a nice day, and I'll talk to y'all and holler at y'all in a little bit.